Hey everybody, I'm checking in after that eclipse to see how you're doing. For me, the eclipse was wonderful. I did a cacao ceremony. I just really sat with myself and worked on my intentions, and I found that I was filled with incredible amounts of love, incredible amounts that just would come leaking out my eyes because the body couldn't hold anymore. So for me, it was beautiful, and I hope for you it was too. So, where we're at now is we are going to integrate all of those energies. And there was big things that happened with leading up to the eclipse. We've got a couple more days here where big energies, big changes. So you may find that you're completely knocked out. These are the coma naps, to where you wake up drooling and don't have a clue where you are. We have a lot more senses coming online. I would say abilities, but ability is more of a verb, and this is more of knowing and understanding who you are. And with that can come in some of the sensitivities that are not fun, like allergies. A lot of people are complaining that they're more sensitive this year than they ever have been. And it's because we're now beginning to able to really detect on a finite, tiny little level the discrepancies in frequencies. And while it's a pain when you think about the allergies and the symptoms and everything, this is actually a good thing, because the more that we can differentiate frequencies, the less we can be duped, the less we can be, led astray by something that's bright and shiny when the vibration, the frequency is off. And so all of this is really important for where we are headed. Many people are finding that there are different abilities also coming online, and this could be dreams. More are dreaming about different things, and so they're learning from their dreams, and that's most certainly an ability. Some are sensing, some are seeing more, some are, all the clairs, clairaudient, clairsentient, all of these things are starting to come online to a much greater degree. And even if you already had them, they may be a lot more honed. And that's a very good thing. So we're getting stronger. We're getting stronger, and we are really coming into our own, and that's beautiful. And so what a lot of you may find happening is that people fall away. And this seems to be a theme throughout this process. It seems nonstop. And while it can be very brutal, it's only brutal when we attach taking it personal to it. But what I want you to understand is that many of us are now swimming in very, very deep water. And so anyone can come swim with us, but they may not be able to stay out into the deep for long. They could get exhausted and need to go to shore. And some will choose never to leave the shore. Some are like, nope, not going out there. That's too deep. And some, you may find that they come out, they swim with you for a little bit, and then they have to go back into shallower water, and then they work through things, and then they swim out deep again, and they repeat that until they're ready to stay out into the deep water, until they're ready to stay. And what you may notice is that there are people that are out there swimming with you in deep water that you never expected. The ones that you're like, oh yeah, that person, absolutely, they've got this, they're doing great, they're going to make it through this with no problem, is the one going back into shore. And the person that you may have been surprised about is like keeping right up. And this isn't about someone having more or less than another. A lot of it can come down to soul path. And have you done this before? And so there are those on this planet that have absolutely been through this process before, but on other planets. So there is kind of like, okay, I know what to do. I'm in this space, and I am just going to tread water. I am just going to float, and I'm going to be here, and I'm going to allow this to take whatever it needs to do and really step into that space of allowing, where others may not have been through this before on another planet. So they're a little more hesitant. They're a little less conditioned, if you will, and they're working on it, and they're going to get there. And before we know it, we're going to be treading water and floating out in the deep, surrounded by many. So it is interesting, and I would caution, don't discount anyone. Because as we go through this, some people have absolutely experienced light switch moments to where they're coming online, and they're coming online hard and fast, and they're keeping up, if not better than some of the ones have been doing this for years. So for sure, don't discount anyone, and know that every single person that is out there is doing really the best that they can in these energies, and we've got to give them space and grace just as we give it to ourselves. So these next few days, we're still going to be in the eclipse energies. Pay attention to what's coming up. Pay attention to how you feel. And really pay attention to where your attention is going. Did you find yourself diverted into stories about this eclipse? Maybe it was the rapture. Maybe it was, that there was going to be massive earthquakes. And it's not hard to get wrapped up in that. And if you did, pull your energy back from it all now, because it will still be used to create the things that we really don't want. So just set the intention that all energy that I have given away or left behind, return to me now, easily and gracefully, and pull it back. And this will help you to not only feel a little more full, to bring back some of your energy, but for us to do an inventory of, where did I give myself away this time? Where did I get wrapped up in the story? Where did I, maybe I wanted to believe that there would be this humongous bang type moment that everything would change. So pay attention to that, dig into it, see it. But this is going to be still a very interesting time. I really think over the next 6 months, we're going to be integrating this eclipse. And someone that I work with, she had received the information 3 to 6 years. And when I questioned her on that, what she's receiving is 3 to 6 years for those that are on this embodiment path. This eclipse marked really this big push, this big beginning for it. And the next 3 to 6 years are going to be about embodiment. And that is very physically intensive. So we're going to have to keep an eye on, what does that look like for each of us? What does that look like as we shift, as we grow? And what in us needs to adapt and change, particularly the thinking and things like that, as we move forward. So it's going to be very interesting. The morning of the eclipse, I woke up with the song from, I think it's Natasha Bedingfield, and the song is It's Unwritten. And it's about it's all unwritten, and only you can feel the rain on your skin, right? No one else can feel these things for you. No one else can speak your words out of their lips. This is now all about you. How are you going to experience this incredible, juicy, fun life? And if it's not incredible, fun, and juicy, what can you do to make it so that it is? Because this place, Earth, yes, it's a school, but it's also an incredible place to be. We just need to shift the thinking and really go after what it is that makes our heart sing, no matter how big or no matter how small. So start working through those themes as we close out this eclipse corridor in the coming time. All right, leave me a comment, let me know how you're doing, and take care.